Welcome back to the Gallup Podcast. We're here with Jonathan Z, Matthew Muren, and Luke Schaefer, Big West honorable mention, 2023 Cal Poly leading goal scorer from Chandler, Arizona, senior forward. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Of course. Just wanted to get you started a little bit. You are such a vet on the team, one of the longest tenured players here. Walk me through just a little bit of your career, how you've been feeling, throughout these last 3 years and, coming up on the end now.
Yeah. Obviously, I've spent the last 3 years here now. I'm going into my senior year. Freshman year, we had a different coach. So just having the transition of getting a new coach, Ogie, it's been great to have him here. He's changed the program a lot. And just me as a player, I've developed so much more just being through the past 3 years. Just transitioning from a different coach. There's different skills you learn on the field. There's more stuff you learn off the field. Coach values us as men, so he wants to turn into great dads and, raise a family the right way. We see him around with his kids and with his family. And, just the stuff on the field too. It's just, you just become such a better player. These past 3 years developing in this, through this program has just been absolutely amazing. I've learned so many things just from so many different coaches we've had come in and out. It's just a great thing.
Yeah, I mean, you spend 3 years here in SLO. We got a nice climate. We got a great area. Growing up in Arizona, what was it like playing soccer, especially during the summer in Arizona?
I mean, you ever get that feeling when it's so hard to breathe, your mouth is just so dry and all you want to drink is water? It's like that every single time. Growing up in Arizona, I mean, it's absolutely a blessing because I got so much fitness from it. I like to say that's where it's from. But it's just so hot. You have the sun beaming on you. You're playing a game in the summer, it'll be 110 degrees. They cancel it. They might not cancel it. If they don't cancel it, they usually do a water break every 15 minutes. I've seen people sadly just kind of pass out, get heat stroke. It's kind of hard to see when your friends go down with that. And, growing up, especially playing a full 90, I'd be playing full 90s in club, and you come out at halftime and you sit down and you literally have no idea what the coach is saying. You're sitting on the bench, your hands on your knees, your face is red, you're drenched in sweat. It's a hard environment to play in, but I got used to it over time, and like I said earlier, I think that's what pretty much drove me into just getting absolutely dialed on my fitness. So it helps a lot. But coming here into SLO and seeing the transition into just nice high 60s, low 70s, ocean breeze, playing in Spanos Stadium at night, it's absolutely unbeatable, and it doesn't even compare at all. But I like to say I was just the heat in the dry desert in Arizona kind of built me to play, and I went through all that, so now I've moved on to playing in better conditions.
No, absolutely. It's a great place to be. I definitely have felt that way the entire time I've been at SLO, but you had so much success, not only at Cal Poly and with Ogie, but also, before Cal Poly, you got the 2022 Gatorade Boys Player of the Year in Arizona. So, there's a lot of success, but, coming to college, and how is that environment a little different for you, club, and, you change, and it's maybe a little more competitive.
Yeah. No, it's a huge transition for sure. And the biggest thing is the competitiveness and the physicality that people bring on the field. In high school, everyone's from a different state and they all merge into one little school, and everyone in high school is used to being, the best player, one of the best players of their school, thinking they're going to be an elite athlete coming to a Division I big program. And you kind of get humbled real quick because everyone's pretty much on the same level, and you're not going to be the best right away, and you might never you might never be the best at all. So, it's just, you got to bring the hard work as soon as you come, and just the transition from the club and the academy and the high school level, just coming into, I'm sure it's any NCAA level, but especially the D1 level, just you got to be ready to fight. It's going to be a fight every single time you step on the field, whether that's for training or for games, or even for captain's practice. When the coaches aren't around, we still battle, we still get after it. You still want to be the best one. It's just a hard thing to do.
Kind of a little bit more on that transition. What did it look like for you?
For me personally, it was, we had a coach who's in his last year, going through health problems, sadly, and it was kind of hard to transition. We had a big team. There was 46 of us on the roster at the time. I was a little freshman coming in, living in the dorms, not sure what I wanted to do school-wise. Just knew that I wanted to take soccer seriously and show up every single day and play hard. But it was hard because our team was divided a lot. Like I said, we had a huge roster, a lot of seniors, a lot of upperclassmen who just, I feel like, and people know looking back at it, just probably didn't belong there at the time, just their mentality off the field, not getting playing time. It's hard to look up to those type of guys. So I'm glad that we've moved past that time. Ogie has picked up a new standard in this program, and us older guys, we like to help the freshmen out when needed and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, now in Ogie's third year here at Cal Poly, I think you're one of 4 players. I think it's just you, Nikki, Sean, and one other player that I'm forgetting. I think Oren. I think it's only you 4 that had played under Sampson. What is it like, being that veteran on the team and trying to, make sure Cal Poly, still instills its values in new players, but you want to have something new under a new coach?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Ogie didn't recruit us, so it's you kind of start off with like him not really knowing who you are. Maybe some of the guys talked to him when he was at Stanford. I know I didn't when he was at Stanford, so he didn't recruit me at all. But just having a different coach recruit you, you really gotta prove yourself, because he doesn't know who you are, he doesn't know your family, he doesn't know your personality. He's kind of just like, you're kind of just like handed over to him, and you gotta feel like, or you gotta make him feel like he wants you to be here, and you got to feel wanted from him. And that all comes from like the hard work on the field and just like showing communication off the field as well. You got to build a relationship with him. You got to build a relationship with his assistant coaches and with the new guys that he's bringing in. And you just kind of just being an older vet on the team now, I kind of just have to watch every single step. I got to be a good leader, whether that's just cleaning up in the locker room or just being a dog on the field. Just anything, just on and off the field. You got to watch every single step, because that those younger guys are watching, and you got to leave them. You got to leave them in a good spot. When you got to move on. So, and just going back on the other question, I don't feel like I really had too many people just to look up to in a good way. Like obviously I'm friends with everyone, and everyone was a good guy, but it just didn't seem like some people wanted to be here. So just me now as the unk on the team, as some people like to say, just putting my front foot forward every single day, and just knowing that these guys are looking up to me and just trying to be the best role model possible.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned like you're still friends with all these people, but how hard is it to kind of separate, the athlete versus like person, like the good friend, as a teammate?
Well, I mean, everyone's on a team together, and especially when there's 46 guys like it was freshman year. I mean, everyone's supposed to be brothers and stuff, right? And that's how, I love everyone. It's just, stuff off the field that people can be doing. It could be a bad influence, and then they come onto the field and they want to try to act like they're a leader and do all this stuff. But then you see them doing stuff off the field, and you're just like, that doesn't really make any sense. It's kind of like a person's got like 2 personalities, a personality for off the field and a personality for on the field. And just, I feel like just being a good leader and like being an older guy in the team for younger guys looking up, you can't really have 2 personalities. You got to be the same person on and off the field, and you can't really switch up.
Yeah, and then moving on to 2023, Ogie's first year, you had a lot of success, and arguably probably your best year of your career, because it's the most full year of your career you've been able to play. Walk me through that year, and you're obviously still adjusting to a new coach, but you're also having a lot of success on the field.
Yeah, Ogie believed in me. First and foremost, he believed in me, and I was able to work hard during that preseason, earn the starting spot for the first game, and put a goal in the first 10 minutes of the game to start off my 2023 season, my sophomore year. And that just came from the trust from Ogie, just knowing that I'll be in the right spot at the right time, and knowing that I'll work hard and put the ball in the back of the net. And we ended up that ended up being probably the craziest game of Ogie's time here and probably my career. At 5-3 game against Oral Roberts, we're up 3-1 in the first 10 minutes, and we end up losing that game 4 unanswered goals, sadly. But it was a good kick to start the season. Just scoring a goal in that first game kind of set the tone for the rest of my year, I think. I just had so much confidence going into the next couple of games. Our team was we had a good team. Our team was built, but we needed to turn into more of a pack of dogs, we like to say. And just as the season went on, we started to do that. Obviously, I picked up a couple more goals, a couple assists on the way. But, I mean, that all comes down from just the hard work I put in every single day, just on the field, off the field with nutrition, sleep, all that kind of stuff. So it's great.
Yeah, and Ogie, one thing that is central to his mentality and something I've picked up over the last few years covering you guys is just, how much he values effort from anyone, whether it be, forward, defender, coming back and putting in the effort on defense, doing everything you can to just help the team win. Do you think you not only grow up in Arizona having that extra third lung or just, your mentality on the field, do you think you just fit really well into Ogie's mentality and his system?
Yeah, I think I fit pretty well into the system. I like to work hard. My strength is my speed and my fitness. So I run after every ball. I go hard into challenges, and that's exactly what Ogie wants. Ogie just wants to see your compete level. I'm very competitive. As everyone knows, in the locker room and stuff, we have a ping pong table. I think I'm the best. I don't lose. Sometimes I lose, but, I don't think there's any person that actually beats me every single time. So, it's just everyone's so competitive, and that's just the kind of environment that Ogie wants to create. Just like I said earlier, just a pack of dogs. He wants to see just that those front dogs who can lead the pack, and for everyone not to follow, but everyone just to do the exact same thing. Not necessarily following, but just everyone at the same pace, going as hard as they can. We like to say, give 100% of your effort all the time, even if you're 80%. So give 100% of your 80%. If you can't do it, you just always just compete and just be a dog.
I might have to take you on that ping pong table. I'm not going to lie. I'm also a little bit of a dog, if I do say so myself.
Who on the team gives you the most challenge playing on the ping pong table?
Ooh, shout out Cole. Cole's a good player. Parker's good. Everyone's good, honestly. Ryland's good. Nikki's trash. He likes to say he's good, but he just hit it to his backhand.
I would expect a goalkeeper. He uses his hands the most on the team. So
yeah, I don't know. It didn't transition for him.
Yeah, eye coordination.
No, he's a great player. It's just he's not elite.
There's a difference of levels.
Yeah, there's a difference of levels for that. But when he gets warmed up, he starts to heat up, but you just got to slow him down. Hit a drop shot, and he's backing too far up, and he's too slow to get there.
Yes, sir. And that's one thing is it really seems like the team has such a great chemistry and is just really tight knit. Talk a little bit about your relationship with the guys, and just I know you live with a few of them as well.
Yeah. I live with a house full of 6 of us, so we're all pretty tight in there. But our locker room environment is huge. We're pretty much there. I'm there all day. I show up there in the morning, go to class, come back, eat a snack, see the guys when I'm there, go back to class, come back, eat lunch, see a bunch of guys there watching soccer, playing ping pong, just chilling, just vibing, just together with the boys. And then we all have trained together. It's huge. Everyone shows up about an hour early, and we all just hang out and we just mess around, watch games. Like I said, play ping pong. Get out there early. We all play rondos. We all have so much fun. It's all laughing. It's all fun and games. But as soon as coach blows that whistle, we get straight to the point. We lock in and we have trainings together. Then after we drink our smoothies together. We watch the film or whatever. Then after that, straight back to the games. Watching games, showering, getting all showered up. Just our locker room vibe is a huge thing to that. Just I feel like that has built the chemistry on our team for the better. Then off the field we try to get team events every once in a while, get the boys together. We're super busy. It's hard being a student athlete, finding time to do things. But for example, like tonight we got a team dinner at the donor's house, so it's gonna be a fun time. It's just times for us to bond. The group chats are always active too. You got the Snapchat group chats; those ones are always wild. You got the WhatsApp. That's more serious, but some jokes are thrown in there. Then we got the group chat with the coaches. We got the Padlet, all this kind of stuff. So yeah, our chemistry is really good. And personally, like my relationships, I got a great relationship with every single person on the team. I feel like I'm pretty personal with everyone. I feel like I'm a pretty easy guy to talk to. I might throw a joke in here and there. But I feel like I'm very approachable, and a lot of the younger guys look up to me. So I just know that I always got to be, going back to that other question, just got to be watching what I'm doing all the time. And that's one thing value is just my relationship with the guys. So, I'm always being smart with that and just trying to be nice and help people when needed.
Yeah, it's just such a good vibe. Like whenever I pull up to practice, y'all are just having the best time. And okay, I see you guys doing rondos. Who ends up in the middle the most? Because I feel like I've seen some familiar faces, and I'm not sure if I've seen you in the middle many times. I think you're a little too seasoned with the rondos.
No, the vet had knows how to pass around the pressure. So yeah, some guys we see in the middle a lot are the keepers. Shout out Nikki.
There's been a lot of Nicky McCune shade.
Yeah,
on this podcast so far.
Nikki lives in the middle of the rondo. And for those listening who don't know what a rondo is, we set up in like a little like a 10 by 10 square, and usually there's 5 of us. Minimum 5 of us on the outside, 2 in the middle, 1 touch, passing around, trying to hope they don't touch it. But we can get up to like a good 15v2 guys, and 2 guys in the middle are usually the keepers. Nikki a lot, Ben a lot, Dylan a lot. Matt's actually very technical, so he's usually not in the middle too much. But let's see, Box, if you're listening, you're in the middle a lot.
We're just giving you a platform to call out your teammates. That's all this is.
Nico likes to be in the middle a lot.
Nico Baltazar.
Yeah, Nico Baltazar. Shout out Nico.
Hey, that's Big West honorable mention last year.
That is.
Yeah, you guys had a great year last year. Just taking in 6 individual awards and doing great and winning the Big West regular season. Felt like a lot was going right, and especially when we got to conference play, going on that streak. What were the vibes like in the locker room when you guys went on 9 undefeated?
I mean, the vibes were unreal. We celebrate every win. We don't celebrate the ties too hard as we celebrate the wins, but getting a tie is always better than a loss. A tie on the road is also a very good thing, so we celebrate that. But just the vibes are unreal. Me personally, I didn't really know that we had like a school record of like 9 or unbeaten in 9 games. So like seeing that posted, it was a very honorable thing. Obviously, I didn't get to be on the pitch during those times, which is unfortunate for me. But me, Sean, and Rylan, the injured guys last year, the team was able to see us working hard, off the side when they're doing training. We'd go to the weight room, we'd come back, we were on the side, do some technical work because we weren't allowed to do contact, nothing like that. So I feel like the vibes, just from them seeing us, from my perspective, helped the team out with a lot of our success, just knowing that just the guys who aren't fortunate enough to be on the field at the moment, and we're dying to get out there. Like the things we do to get out there, I can't say on this podcast, but just them seeing us and knowing that we're working so hard and we die to be out there, it probably fueled them more and just made the vibes just even better.
Yeah, and then this season as well, I know you went down with an injury in that San Francisco game. Same team, it's separate years, but what are you trying to do to get back on the field? And I know you're working towards it right now.
Yeah, I'm working hard towards it right now. Obviously, I went through the whole shoulder injury last year, had to get surgery mid-season. You never want to get surgery as an athlete. It's a hard thing physically, and then honestly, it's harder mentally. But I picked up a hamstring injury earlier this year against the same team, USF. I guess I'm just unlucky against them. I'll be back soon. So I'm just working hard to get back, just going to PT every single day, stretching out every single day, just doing the right things on and off the field, just to be able to get back on the field with my brothers for conference. So that's what we're shooting for this year, getting back on the field for conference. Maybe miss a couple more games, but I'm grinding to get back on. I'm ready.
Yeah, 100%. And you know what? That's the part of the year that counts anyway. That looking forward towards the Big West tournament.
Yeah.
You guys have been knocked out the last 2 years against UC Davis. What is there a rivalry brewing between you guys, or is it is UCSB still the main enemy in the Big West?
Oh no, I mean we don't like either team. Obviously, UCSB rivalry is the biggest rivalry in the country, so I don't think anyone's ever going to pass that. At least for Cal Poly, that we're not going to find a bigger rival than them. But just the Battle of the Central Coast, it's a huge thing. It's a great thing to be a part of. It's so much fun. There's a bunch of trash talk on the field, off the field. Try not to let it get to your head. But it's just an absolute battle every single time we step on the pitch. You you kind of just, from my experiences, every game I've played in, I kind of just zone out and just focus straight like on the ball and just the game itself. You know, I don't worry about the fans, don't worry about the tortillas flying at my head. Even though I've slipped on one before, I've gotten hit with one, a frozen one hit me, left a bruise. That was freshman year. That was funny. Story for a different time. But yeah, UC Davis, knocked us out of playoffs in 23 and 24 season, which is hard. And now we have this game coming up, first game of conference. It's going to be on national television, so we should get some fans to come out. The rivalry should. I'm pretty sure that it's starting to happen. I think we're witnessing it right now, to be honest. But just a team that's knocked you out 2 times in a row. You just hate them. You hate them. You don't care if it's on your field, if it's on their field. You hate them, and you just want to beat them every single time. And yeah, you want to come out on top, or you just don't feel good. It's hard to sleep at night. So
Yes, sir.
Does the not necessarily the routine, does like the level of focus or kind of like intensity change around like these big games, like the Santa Barbara game or the Davis game, like compared to just a random non-conference game?
I mean, yeah, we try to get after it and battle every single day, but emotions are higher leading up to these games. So yeah, it's kind of just like a natural sense. You kind of just walk into it. Yeah. So I'd say, yeah, it gets more emotional and people start, just focusing harder in on the game, just knowing that there's going to be people there watching. It's kind of just like a natural human sense to do that. So I'd like to say it.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys put in effort day in, day out, and it's not just, on the field, it's also in practice. Like, I heard from Ogie, I was maybe going to come to your guys' preseason physical test. I've heard that is absolutely brutal. How was that one this year? And what was it, even worse? Because, I mean, you do it in the heat of the summer. Yeah, walk me through that day a little bit.
Yeah, so it is the first day after captain's camp, the first day with the coaches, and it's at 7:00 in the morning. It's hard to get a meal in before, might have half a bagel, might have like a Cliff Bar. Who knows? Some people don't eat. It's not smart, but they got to do it. They got to do it. If they're
no fuel for the day.
Yeah. No, yeah, we get that text the night before, like 6:40 locker room beep test. You're like, here we go. But I mean, it's like, the intensity of it is so high. It only lasts like 12 minutes. So like, you just grind it out for that. But I mean, you got your heart's pumping before, you're getting ready for it. You spent the whole summer working for that. And you just want to show that you're fit. So for me personally, I don't really think about it too much. I just do the work over summer and then just show up the day of and just go as hard as I can. And just when I fall over, it's over, no more beeps for me. But yeah, everyone puts in so much hard work. So I feel like the first maybe 2 years of Ogie being here, the first like probably 5 or 6 tests that we've done, people are super nervous, but just people actually doing the summer packet, doing the work, knowing that they did all this hard work over summer, and it should be cake. So I feel like now no one really, everyone thinks about it too much. We hype it up a lot, but everyone's pretty serious when we get there, and we just get it done and then move on. We get to play after, so that's the fun thing.
Exactly.
Is that like a type of like pacer test, a beep test?
Yeah, it's like a pacer test. We do the Nike Spark version of it, so it's pretty much like it's just 1 through, I think the highest we've got is 43. Me and Box are able to get that, but it's just pretty much straight sprints the whole time. It's like I think the first beep is like, so it's 22 yards, and it's just beep, go halfway, beep, 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 and then it's 1. But it's like a sprint every single time. But the pace changes. It starts at like 12 seconds, then it gets down to like, it's got to be like 7 seconds once you get to like 15.
That's ridiculous.
And then you just go. I don't know the exact numbers. I like to just go with the flow. I just get in flow state. Just got to keep running. The only thing I hear is the beep. So honestly, don't know how long it is. It could be longer than that. It could be shorter. I have no idea. I just go.
I was gonna say like 7-8 seconds, even that's like a 4-second 40. That's ridiculous.
Maybe. Let's see.
No.
Would it be for 20? It's like only 6 feet.
Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah. Wait.
It'd be like,
hold up, I'm tripping.
No,
I'm tripping.
That'd be like But 7 seconds.
Yeah. You know what? I'm on something different right now. Dang.
No, the beep test is fun though.
No, 100%. And what were you doing other than that for this summer, especially? And
just fitness wise for summer.
Yeah.
I played USL 2 in San Diego for City SC. So I was able to get some games in, and then we practiced every single morning, probably 4 times a week. Maybe got added a day or canceled a day, just throughout the weeks, but usually about 4 times a week, and then we'd have a game like twice a week. So I was getting good fitness from that. I'd usually, after training, I would usually just do a couple runs on my own just to stay level with fitness, especially if, I was new to the team. I came a little bit late, so I didn't start or play much the first 2 games I was there. I only played about 45 minutes. So I just knew I had to get extra training in. So I'd go get extra training. Me and Jackson Miller lived together. Shout out Jackson. We had a keeper who plays for Virginia Tech, who lives in the area as well. He's a great guy and showed up every single day for us when we wanted to get extra shooting in and stuff like that. So we'd always end up and that doing every single training session we did on with the team or off on our own time. We always ended with a couple of man U's, so we like to say just full field runs at the end. And then I spent about 10 days at home as well when I wasn't with the team. So I was just doing technical training on my own. Then I just run every single day as well. So I like to run though. It's something I've always grown up doing. So I like to say it comes naturally to me to be able to just like have the, I'm like motivated to go out and do it. And it's kind of fun. I like to challenge myself. I'll see how long I can go without drinking water in the Arizona heat. Just kidding. Don't do that.
I was gonna say that is a recipe for heat stroke.
Yeah.
Medical professionals do not agree with that take.
Yeah. That was an L take. But I like to challenge myself. So running, I'll go outside in the Arizona heat. I want to do it if it's over like 110. But if it's under 110, I'll go out at like 2 o'clock, hottest time of the day.
That's ridiculous, dude.
It's just throw the shirt off and go out there. I can usually get about a good like 12 to like 15 minutes around like 2.5 miles, and then I'll just run straight through my back fence and just jump straight in the pool.
That's a great end to it. And
my mom will run out with the glass of water. Drink the water. I'll just be laying in there.
Yes, sir.
Out the pool.
No, but that's a good motivation to finish the run because you know what's waiting for you.
Oh yeah, exactly.
100%.
Sometimes I'll meet me with some lemonade or like a popsicle or something.
Nice. Like good support crew.
Oh yeah, support crew is the biggest thing.
Yeah, and you played a little bit down in San Diego in USL too, but I know you do have a USL championship appearance with Phoenix Rising.
Yeah. I was going up. I played through the Phoenix Rising Academy, and they ended up signing me when I was 17. I made 1 appearance with the squad down in over in New Mexico, so I took an away trip with the team. It was a great experience, though. I mean, I was the youngest guy on the team. Every single day I'd go to high school. I'd check myself out of school, or my mom would have checked me out when I was 17. When I was turning 18, I got to check myself out. I'd leave about 10 a.m., go to training, come back for class at 2 o'clock. So I'd get the first hour, half of the second hour, leave for training, go to the facility with all the guys, come back to school, and just get like the last hour of the day. So it was hard. That was every single day of high school, pretty much. But yeah, I got to play next to Drogba. That's fun. It's a huge name in soccer. I think that's a top 10 player of all time.
Absolutely. I didn't know he was at Phoenix when you were there.
Yeah, he was there. That was before I was signed, but they used to pull me in for like weekly stunts every once in a while when I was like 15, 16, before they signed me when I was 17. But he was there, and he's a part owner of the team, so he's around there sometimes. I haven't seen his face in a while. Obviously, I haven't been around that program for a while, but when I was actually signed, he wasn't there, but I got to train with him when I was 15 and 16 when he was the captain of the team and owner of the team. I think he still owns it right now, but hoping to get back in contact with them, possibly play there maybe next year, a couple of years from now when I'm done with college. Because obviously I want to keep playing, being a pro just is a lifelong dream of every single athlete. So just being able to do that when I was 17 and 18 was huge, but I want to do it. I like to say that was real. I mean, it was an academy contract, not a real contract, but I'd like to sign a real pro contract after college. That'd be fun. But, just being in that environment when you're 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, just with just these absolute men who it's their job to show up every day. They're making money from it, and they're just competing so hard, and they see this little kid come in. Obviously there's some guys who take that hard, because I'm battling to take I'm literally stealing their job as a kid, and you never want that to happen. That's probably a hard thing. But obviously there's guys in the team, the older guys, the captains, just guys who just are super welcoming. And there was a couple guys in Phoenix Rising. Everyone's from different cultures. There's guys from Jamaica, guys from Africa, guys from France, guys from Spain. I think I was honestly like one of the only guys from the U.S., and I was like 15 minutes from my house. These guys are from all over the world, a lot of different cultures and stuff. But it was a great time, and just finding those guys that welcome you. And I still talk to some of those guys today, and they're getting near 40 years old. So yeah,
yes, sir. Yes,
it's
sir.
a great experience overall.
What's sort of like the different like atmosphere between like, playing for like a club and then playing for like a college?
A different atmosphere. So everyone is like high school friends, I feel like. So everyone's like high school friends. Not everyone's in the same mindset, like in club, like there's some guys who just playing for fun. There's guys who have aspirations to go pro. There's guys who want to go to college. Everyone is kind of on like a different wave, and it's, the coach kind of has to bring everyone together, and just the moving on to like college teams and stuff. It's just everyone wants to be there. Everyone's dialed in. Everyone was recruited to be there. Everyone's good enough to be there. And everyone's just kind of on the same mindset, if that makes sense. Just for club, people just, it's more just you show up for training, you leave, you show up for the games, you leave. You go to the away trips, you have fun. But for college, you show up every single day, you fight, you show up to the game, you fight, you go to away trips, you take it super serious, So yeah, I feel like it's just the mentality you have was the biggest change for like the atmosphere.
And I mean, we've gone through a lot of your career now, from Phoenix to Cal Poly and down to SD. How do you stay motivated? Working through some difficult times with the injuries, but also wanting to just get back on the field and eventually hopefully go pro.
Yeah, I have this picture on my phone. It's actually my Instagram profile picture. At Luke Schaefer with 2 R's. For anyone who wants to know.
Big shout out.
Had to do it. But it's just a picture of me sitting on a ball as a young kid. I'm pretty sure my mom took that picture. I just like to look back at that and just know that it's been my dream my whole life to get into these stages, and I've worked so hard, and it's what I want to do. I just have a lot of determination, a lot of grind, and a lot of grit, and I don't want to give up, and I just want to go until I make it all the way to the end. And I want to obviously be a pro athlete. I know it's a very hard thing to do. I have a lot of work I need to do, and obviously I'm battling these injuries, but obviously, yeah, there's moments it's very hard to stay motivated, especially these injuries you talked about. Man, it sucks, but I just try to stay positive to it. It's okay to have a day or two when you just don't want to be a part of it. Just being injured, it's so hard. And there's a couple of days where you just don't want to be a part of it. But just having the group of guys around you, just locking you back in, or just stuff like that. I read my Bible. I'm pretty faithful. That keeps me motivated as well. I do it for God. I do it for my family. That keeps me very motivated. And I don't really have too many haters, but I like to say I got haters. So haters, I do it for you as well. I don't really pay attention to you guys, but that's something funny. But yeah, I mean, motivation is a very hard thing as an athlete. It's probably the hardest thing, just to stay motivated. And there's a lot of tools that people use. People have mental coaches and stuff. I actually don't have one, but I feel like I do a lot of the mental side on my own, breathing techniques, everything, just going to sleep at the same time, waking up at the same time every single day. I feel like that helps. Just always having like a clear mind and just always, for motivation, I feel like always just always being ready to like just do the next thing. You know what I mean? Just like in the game, for training, just everything, just always being ready to do the next thing helps your motivation a lot. You know, you're looking forward to the next thing. You're excited for it, and that helps a lot. But the biggest thing is just that picture I look at, you know, just it's a dream to be a professional athlete for every athlete. And I just look back at that picture. I have it all over my phone, and that helps motivate me a lot.
If you could give that kid a piece of advice from today, like that you've learned coming up throughout the years that you wish you knew back then, what would it be?
Oof. That's a question I think about a lot. I feel like it's hard to get one answer on. The biggest piece of advice for that kid, that's a hard question. I would say just don't take anything for granted. You know, you never know what's going to happen. Obviously, I've been through these 2 injuries. You know, that kid did not know this was going to happen. I've never been hurt my whole life, and then coming to college, I get hurt twice. I would say just not take anything for granted. Just you never know when you're not going to be on that field, even if it's for a day or two, from a rolled ankle, anything, from being sick, literally anything. Just not knowing you're going to be on that field, it's a hard thing. So I would say just don't take it for granted. Just show up every single day and work hard and have a smile on your face. Just you're doing what you love. Just do it for as long as you can, as hard as you can, and you have a great time.
I think that's, super sound advice, not only for soccer, but also just for all walks of life. But I did want to bring up a little bit of a throwback here for you.
Okay.
We did some research. We did some deep dives, and I want you to talk me through this photo. A little way back, for the audio listeners, we got Luke and his 2 brothers.
Yeah, those are my 2 brothers. I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to see this picture if you're listening, but I got my brother Caden on the right. It's my older brother. He's 24, and I got my little brother Nolan in the middle. He's 15 and a half. He's about to start driving. You know, he's drove me around twice now. He's about to get his license, so good luck to him. I always looked up to my older brother. He's a great guy. You know, growing up, we'd always get in fights. You know, we had those awkward moments. But you know, we've it just built us to be even stronger today. And my little brother Nolan, you know, great kid. You know, he's always curious to do something. You never know what he's gonna do, so you got to have him under your watch. But that picture specifically, that was in Hawaii. That was my first time going to Hawaii. It was a family trip with us 5, my mom, dad, my 2 brothers. That was a great time. I'm not sure exactly where that picture was. It was a long time ago, but I have a lot of pictures on my phone of that Hawaii trip. Where did you find that picture?
I'm not at liberty to say. You know, did some deep diving, but
that's hilarious.
Shield law, journalism shield law.
Yeah, exactly.
That's hilarious. But yeah,
we don't reveal our sources.
That's a funny picture. I'm sure you found some other things too.
Yeah, you know what? I was nice with the.
Yeah, no, that was a nice picture. I was expecting something a lot crazier, but.
No, honestly, your internet presence was pretty clean. So
yeah, no,
yeah,
I try to keep it clean. Yeah. I like to monitor it, and I don't like. I like people to see me for who I actually am. Like, I don't want someone to find something crazy that, like, one of my friends posts something like that. So I like to monitor. If they post something, I'll untag myself, stuff like that. So don't go searching. I kind of just added myself, but
no, you're all
don't look
good.
at my friends. I untag myself.
And we did have some other ones for some other players who were potentially coming on. So I'll make sure to show you some of those after. But
Yeah, show me those.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If I'm thinking of who you're thinking about, there's probably some really funny ones in there.
No, 100%. Because, dude, some of the guys on the team are characters. And I mean, do you see that, like, kind of on the field as well?
Oh, for sure.
Like, whose personality comes out the most?
I don't want to give him a shout out, but I'm going to have to do it. Diego. That guy's personality is something else. You never know what he is going to do. And I live with him, too. I never know what he's going to do. This morning, I was cooking breakfast. All of a sudden, I get a tap on my shoulder. Schaefer. I'm like,
oh, God.
I turn around, I'm like, Diego, good morning, bro. I want to go back to bed.
Yeah. No, I mean, I know he's also coming back from injury, and we're lucky to have him back. But no, he is a great guy to talk to, great guy to interview.
Yeah.
And, on interviewing a little bit, what is it like being a player on the other side of that interview? I know we have the experience being the journalist and, asking the questions. What's it like having to come up with the answers?
We kind of talked about it a little bit before we started, but just like, you know, if you ramble on the question too long, you know, I start answering it in my head, like the first part of the question, and then it'll go a little bit longer, and then you just forget it. And then you just got to wing it from there. And you're just like, oh, what did he say at the beginning now? I only remember the end. Or like, I only remember the beginning, and I stopped listening to your question, you know, stuff like that. But, yeah, no, being our side, I think it's pretty chill. I feel like I'm a pretty approachable dude, and I can have a conversation pretty easily. So I don't think too much about it. I like to stick, when I answer questions, I like to stick to like our core values as a team, just like what Ogie likes teaches about, like our work rate, our intensity, just like our identity and everything that goes into that. So most of the answers might sound repetitive, but, you know, just being on the other side, it's fun. I like the media presence. It's nice to have you guys around and interviewing us, and shout out Chloe and shout out Alexia taking pictures of us and running our social media. So I'm thankful for all you guys.
Actually, really quick, I want to circle back to kind of like the team characters and stuff. It comes from a baseball perspective. As I say, it's a long rambling question. We're going to ramble on here. You know, when we're chatting on the field, like we're joking around, like it's not super serious, but what is it like? What is like the game like time chatter like on the soccer field?
Game time chatter. You know, we have like 2 or 3 pep talks for each game. Like we have like 3 different moments. We have one in the locker room. We have one with Coach Ogie right before the game starts, after the introductions, after the national anthem, then the starting 11 out on the pitch, and our game chatter, I mean, it's just like it's lock in. It's let's go. We're gonna kill these guys. You know, it's us right now. This is our field. We're defending it. We're winning this game. Just everything, just super positive things. Just short phrases like that, and then you know, we'll have like a more broad team talk, just going after just like the tactics, just going after our game plan, after all of our set pieces, just things that we're gonna do. Just knowing that you know, we done all the hard work. You know, we went through the process of the scout, everything like that, and just knowing that we got to bring it now to the field, and it's got to translate like that. So just the, you know, the talk going into the game, all the chit chat is mostly just like straight motivational things. Just let's go, like we're winning this game.
And going into, you know, your last season, your last year here at Cal Poly, what are a few things that you want to do, what you want to get done, whether it be with it on the field, outside the field, here in SLO?
Yeah, on the field, you know, I want to get back on the field. That's the biggest thing right now. And then once I get back, you know, we're going for that ring again. We're taking the regular season championship. We're winning that tournament, and we're gonna go to the NCAA. So that is the thing right now on the field, stuff we want to do. I want to win that Big West tournament for sure, and then get into the tournament. And our team is good, man. I mean, we can do it. I know we can do it. I know we are going to do it. We have the right people for it. We're coached well enough to be able to do it. So we're ready for that, whatever happens. And things around SLO, I feel like I've done most things. You know, I've been here for like 3.5 years now, almost 4 years. I'd like to try like a new like restaurant. I feel like I've hit like every single restaurant in the area. I like to go out and eat, but I don't know. I feel like there's some more good restaurants out there. I look it up all the time, and I just feel like I see the same ones, because SLO's like a small little place, and you know, the community kind of everyone pretty much does the same thing. So I feel like finding it like a new restaurant would be something I'd like to knock off before I get out of here. But you know, I'll probably have some more time here. So yeah,
a good little hole in the wall, or
yeah,
this is something to do. Absolutely.
Sure.
But yeah, Luke, really appreciate you coming on and spending the time with us. And that has been Matthew Muren and Jonathan Z with the Gallup Podcast. And thanks much to Luke Schaefer. Absolutely. And thanks much for all you to listen.
Thanks for having me.